Welcome to Learn English Hub. I'm Jessica.
I'm Michael.
And today we have something a little bit special for you. We are stepping away from grammar rules for a moment.
Yeah, no vocabulary list today.
None of that. We're going to immerse ourselves in culture. We're talking about one of the most vibrant, chaotic, and just meaningful festivals on Earth.
That's right. We are doing a deep dive into the Chinese New Year, also known as the Spring Festival. And looking at our research for this, I mean, the sheer scale of it is just mind-bending.
It really is. You know, it's funny when you try to explain it to someone who's maybe not familiar, there's no easy comparison. You can't just say, oh, it's like Christmas.
No, absolutely not, because it has all these different parts. It's like you took the family reunion pressure and, the warmth of Thanksgiving.
Right.
And you combined it with the gift giving and that kind of magic of Christmas. Then you add the excitement of a New Year's Eve countdown.
And you just roll it all into one massive celebration that lasts for weeks.
Exactly. It's a huge cultural phenomenon.
So, our mission for this deep dive is pretty simple. We want to help you understand what's going on. We're going to explore the legendary origins, which, by the way, involve a scary monster.
Ooh, I like that.
We'll talk about the delicious food, and we'll cover the really specific do's and don'ts so you don't accidentally bring bad luck on yourself.
I definitely want to avoid bad luck. But okay, before we get to monsters and food, I have a logistical question.
Okay.
In the West, New Year's is easy. January 1st. Every single year. Never changes. But Chinese New Year, it moves. Why does the date keep changing?
That is the first big difference. And yeah, it confuses a lot of people. The calendar we use for business, the global one, is the Gregorian calendar.
Right.
And that's based on the sun. It's a solar calendar.
365 days for the Earth to go around the sun. Got it.
Exactly. But the date of the Chinese New Year is determined by the lunar calendar.
Lunar meaning the moon.
Correct. It tracks the cycles of the moon. And that's why the date isn't fixed. It shifts. It usually falls somewhere between, say, January 21st and February 20th.
Yeah.
It marks the new moon and really symbolically the start of spring.
Which explains the other name for it, the Spring Festival, or Chunji.
Yes. Now, if you've ever been to, say, Beijing in January, it does not feel like spring.
Yeah, no. It's winter coat weather for sure.
It's freezing. But the festival represents the hope of spring. It's about looking forward to new life. And speaking of cycles, you can't talk about the calendar without the animals.
The Zodiac. I love this part. It's so different from Western astrology where you have a sign for your birth month.
It is. The Chinese Zodiac works on a 12-year cycle. Each year gets its own animal.
Let me see if I can list them all. We've got the rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. Did I get them all?
You got them. Perfect. And just like horoscopes, there's a strong belief that your birth year animal influences your personality.
It's really interesting. Like, if you were born in the year of the dragon, you're seen as powerful, lucky, maybe a little majestic.
Exactly. The dragon's the only mythical creature on the list, so it's considered extra special. But if you're born in the year of the rabbit, you might be seen as more quiet, elegant, and kind.
It's a great conversation starter, isn't it? Instead of asking, how old are you? Which can be a little rude.
Yes, very direct. Can be impolite.
You can just ask, what's your animal sign? And if they say, I'm a monkey, you can do the math in your head, but it feels so much more polite.
It's a great social tool. But let's get back to the party aspect. When you see pictures of Chinese New Year, what's the first thing that jumps out?
Oh, the color red. It is everywhere. Red lanterns, red clothes, red paper on the doors, and noise. It's loud. Firecrackers. Why is that? Is red just a lucky color?
It is a lucky color, but the reason behind it is much more dramatic. It all comes from a legend, the legend of Nian.
Nian. Is that a person?
No.
Nian is a monster. Ooh, a monster story. I did not expect a horror story in our holiday deep dive. Tell me about Nian.
Well, the folklore says Nian was this terrifying beast. Imagine something like a lion, but bigger, with a sharp horn on its head. It lived deep in the sea, or some stories say in the mountains.
Okay, a horned lion monster. Not friendly, I'm guessing.
Definitely not friendly. The legend goes that every single year, on New Year's Eve, Nian would come out of hiding and go to the villages.
To do what?
He was hungry, he'd eat the grain, the livestock, and tragically, he'd eat people, especially children.
Wow. That is a genuine nightmare. So what did the people do? Did they fight it?
For a long time, all they could do was run. Every New Year's Eve was just panic. They'd pack up and hide in the mountains for the night.
So New Year's Eve wasn't a celebration, it was an evacuation.
It was. Until one year, an old beggar came to the village. Everyone was rushing around, screaming, getting ready to flee, but he was calm.
He wasn't afraid.
Not at all. He stayed behind. He told the villagers he knew how to stop the monster.
That's either very brave or very crazy. What did he know?
He knew Nian's weaknesses. Turns out, this huge, scary monster was afraid of three things.
Okay, what were they?
The color red, fire, and loud noises.
Okay, I am starting to see the connection to the modern day celebration.
Exactly. So when Nian came to the village that night, expecting an easy meal, he saw red papers pasted on the doors.
So the red was like a shield.
Yes. Then he saw bright candles burning inside. That's the fire. And then suddenly, bang, pop. The old man started burning bamboo.
Bamboo.
Yeah. Before gunpowder, people would burn dry bamboo. The air inside heats up, expands, and it explodes with this loud crackling sound.
Oh, burning bamboo was the original firecracker.
Precisely. The monster was terrified by the red, the fire, the explosions. It panicked and ran away. And the next morning, the villagers came back and saw that their homes were safe.
So the traditions aren't just decorations. They're a defense system.
In a way, yes. That's why today people paste red couplets on their doors, they wear red clothes, and they set off firecrackers. It's all symbolic of scaring away bad luck, scaring away the monster Nian.
I love that. It gives so much more meaning to everything. It's about protecting your home for the new year.
It is. But once the monster is gone, the focus shifts to something much warmer, to family.
Yes, the reunion dinner. The notes say this is the most important part of the entire festival.
Absolutely. Think of it as the most important meal of the year. It happens on New Year's Eve, and it's so important that it drives something called Chunyun.
Chunyun, what's that?
It translates to the spring festival travel rush.
All right.
Because family is such a huge priority, people travel from wherever they're working all the way back to their hometowns.
So if you work in a big city like Shanghai, but your family is in a tiny village, you have to go back.
You have to. And because everyone does this at the same time, it's considered the largest annual human migration on Earth. Hundreds of millions of trips.
That's incredible. The logistics of that alone, it's just mind-blowing. It really shows how deep that value of family connection is.
It does. And once everyone is home, safely at the table, the food they eat is not random. In Chinese culture, food is language.
Right, our menu decoding. You're not just eating because you're hungry, you're eating good luck.
Exactly. Let's take a few examples. First, dumplings or jiaozi.
I love dumplings. But why are they lucky? Is it just because they're delicious?
Well, that helps, but it's visual. Look at the shape of a traditional dumpling. It's curved, right? It looks like an ancient gold or silver ingot.
Oh, like the old-fashioned money. I see it now. It looks like a little piece of treasure.
Yes. So the symbolism is direct. Eating dumplings is like eating wealth. The more you eat, the more money you'll supposedly make in the new year.
Okay, note to self, eat 50 dumplings next time.
Yeah.
I want to be very rich.
Pace yourself. There's another dish that's absolutely mandatory. Fish.
Fish, okay. Is that about money too?
It is, but it's a pun.
Yeah.
This is great for language learners. The Chinese word for fish is yu. Yes. And the sound yu is exactly the same as the word for surplus or extra.
Surplus, like having more than you need. Abundance.
Exactly. There's a famous saying, nian yu yu.
Nian yu.
It means, may you have a surplus every year. You want to end the year with extra money, extra happiness to carry you into the next.
That makes perfect sense.
But here's a little pro tip from our research. When you eat the fish, you are not supposed to finish it.
Wait, really? My mom always told me to clear my plate.
Not this time. If you eat the entire fish, you've finished your surplus. You're supposed to leave a little bit. It symbolizes that your surplus carries over into the new year.
That is so specific. I would have totally messed that up. I'd eaten the whole thing.
It's all about the symbolism. And one more, sticky rice cakes or niango.
Nangao. Let me guess. Another pun.
You got it. The word gao sounds just like the word for high or tall. So eating niango symbolizes reaching new heights.
Like getting a promotion at work. Or better grades.
Exactly. Or for kids, physically growing taller. It's all about improvement and growth for the coming year.
I love that. It turns the whole meal into this beautiful, hopeful ritual. You're literally eating your hopes for the future.
It really is. Now, speaking of good fortune, we have to talk about the most famous gift of the season.
The red envelopes.
Hongbao.
Yes, these are usually given by elders' parents, grandparents to children, and any unmarried young adults.
And inside, there's cash. Which, let's be honest, is a pretty great gift.
It is a great gift, but, and this is important, the money isn't the most significant part.
It isn't.
No, the red paper of the envelope is the true symbol. Remember neon? Red is the color of energy, protection, good luck. Giving that envelope is like transferring good energy and blessings to the younger generation.
So it's more of a blessing than just a transaction that changes how you see it.
It does. And interestingly, this tradition is evolving. Now, it's extremely common to send digital red envelopes through apps like WeChat.
Oh, right. Just press a button on your phone and boom, lucky money sent right to your friend's digital wallet. It keeps the tradition alive in a modern way.
That's really cool. Okay, so we've covered what you should do. What about the things you should not do? The taboos.
Yes, these are very important. The biggest one might surprise you. No cleaning.
No cleaning at all.
On New Year's Day, you are not allowed to sweep the floor or do any cleaning.
That sounds like my dream holiday. Sorry, can't do the dishes, it's taboo. But what's the logic?
Well, you're supposed to do a huge cleaning before the New Year. You sweep away all the old year's bad luck.
Okay, so a deep clean for a fresh start. Makes sense.
Right. But once the New Year arrives, your house is now filled with new luck. If you take a broom and start sweeping...
You're sweeping the new luck out the door.
You are sweeping your wealth away. So hide the broom for the day.
Got it. No cleaning. What else?
Be very careful not to break anything. Breaking a bowl or a plate is a bad omen. It implies your prosperity is broken.
But accidents happen. What if I drop something? Am I doomed for a year?
Not if you act fast. There's a verbal cure. If something breaks, you immediately say, Sui Sui Ping An.
Sui Sui Ping An. What does that mean?
It means everlasting peace year after year. But here's another pun. The word for year is sui, but the word for broken is also pronounced sui.
Oh, I see. They're homophones.
Exactly. So when something shatters, sui, you say Sui Sui Ping An. You use the sound of the bad thing to invoke a good thing. You neutralize the bad luck with language.
That's so clever. It's like a linguistic safety net.
It is. And the last big taboo is about your speech. You must not use negative words. Things like death, sickness, ghosts, poverty.
So keep the conversation happy. No complaining.
Precisely. It's a time for pure optimism.
This all sounds amazing, but also a little exhausting. How long does this go on for?
Traditionally, it lasts for 15 days.
2 weeks of celebrating.
It is. It ends with the Lantern Festival. That's the grand finale. People light beautiful lanterns and eat sweet, sticky rice balls called Chunyun.
Wow. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It is. But, when you boil it all down, the core themes, hope, family, sweeping away the old to welcome the new, that's universal. That feeling of a fresh start is something we can all appreciate.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful way to mark time.
So before we sign off, let's give our listeners the key phrases. If they meet a friend who's celebrating, what should they say?
The most famous one is Gong Shi Fa Kai.
Gong Shi Fa Kai. That literally means wishing you prosperity.
And a slightly softer one is Wan Shi Ru Yi.
Wan Shi Ru Yi, which means may everything go as you wish. A really lovely thing to say.
Well, I feel ready. I'm going to go find some dumplings.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I don't break any plates. Thank you all for joining us on this cultural journey. We hope you learned something new. This is Jessica from Learn English Hub.
And I'm Michael. Gong Shi Fa Kai, everyone.
Wan Shi Ru Yi. Bye.